Hi there guys, Vino here and welcome to this Vino Plonk production, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my thoughts, my opinions, a review if you will, on the 1986 Transformers, the movie, which I have here on Blu-ray, which I just accidentally watched, if you know what I mean. So I was trying out some movies on my PlayStation 5 with the new, surround sound stuff, and I've been going through some movies that I know have DTS, digital audio or HD audio or whatever it may be, to really give these speakers the test. And earlier on I was like, I know a film that really would rock these speakers, and that's Transformers. The movie has an absolutely fantastic, epic soundtrack from the likes of Stan Bush and Weird Al Yankovic and other. NRG, that's another band that pops up that I think were formed purely for the movie. Not quite sure on that one. But yeah, so I suppose we should just go straight into it. Before we go any further though, I would like to say that upon recording this video, it's really hot here in the UK at the moment, so if I'm a bit sweaty, maybe a bit more disheveled than normal, then it's really stinking hot here right now. There you go. So yes, at 4:30 on a Sunday morning, I have ended up watching Transformers the movie. Now that introduction that I just gave there made it seem like you'd never watched this film. I've watched this film probably too many times to count. This is a very much a childhood favourite. I watched this. We used to have an old VHS of this, which I think is upstairs. I think actually ironically found it the other day in an old bin bag that's at the back of one of our spare rooms, or our only spare room for that matter. And I used to watch this weekly or twice a weekly when I was younger. As you do when you're younger, you get kind of hyper focused on things, and very much a childhood classic. But watching it it's been so long since I've watched this. This was actually a birthday present from a friend a number of years ago. I remember watching it at the time. I don't think I've done a review on it. I may have it at the time, but this is a more updated review. I'll probably put a time or a date stamp, sorry, on this review, so this is a bit more advanced, as in it's advanced in time, and my opinions have of course changed. The one thing I want to say about this film before we go through the different aspects of the film is, by God, is it darker than I remember. It really takes the tone of the show and really janks it down in terms of, really sets the tone in a much more darker way. I mean, there are Autobots and Decepticons, what's the word, dying left, right and centre with this film. The other thing that I want to sort of mention is the action in this film. This film never lets up. There's always, each scene leads to another scene. There's a lot of action, and basically it's incredible. I can see why still to this day this is considered the Transformers movie. Of course you've got the Michael Bay, or the Bayformers as people like to call those films, and they're entertaining, all that kind of stuff, but so many people still say this is the movie that puts Transformers on the map. And yeah, still to this day, the animation is top notch, the soundtrack is fantastic, the voice acting, everything about this is top notch. Obviously, many of the cast from the TV series reprise their role, such as Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime, Frank Welker as Megatron, and all that kind of stuff, but they also get some additional voices involved with this, like Leonard Nimoy lends his voice to Galvatron, who Megatron becomes Galvatron via this film, and then in the third season of the TV series, because this sort of acts as a bridge between seasons 2 and 3 of the TV series, and then from season 3 onwards you've got Galvatron. It does go back to being Frank Welker for the TV series, but to hear Leonard Nimoy in a sort of villainous role is really, really interesting to hear. I think they have sort of interlaced or layered over some of Frank Welker's vocals into Leonard Nimoy's vocals as well, but really good performance. And they also have Eric Idle as Wreck-Gar, who is absolutely fantastic. In the TV series though, it's Weird Al Yankovic that ends up reprising or becoming Wreck-Gar. They wanted Eric Idle to stay on as Wreck-Gar for the third season of Transformers, but he was involved with Spamalot and some other projects, so he was unable to assist with that. But Weird Al Yankovic was around, and Weird Al Yankovic is the voice of Wreck-Gar in season 3 of the TV show, which is quite an interesting thing. But I don't really know what else to say about this film that hasn't been said. It is absolutely spectacular. It's up there with any of the modern animated films. I really do think that. Like, the animation really does hold up. The film holds up. The soundtrack is just pumping. The as I said, the action never lets up. It has some pretty big changes for the series. I know season 3 is a lot darker than the first 2 series. Tonally, it changes quite significantly. Orson Welles as Unicron. I completely forgot about that we got Orson Welles as Unicron, who again does a fantastic job of being Unicron. Of course, this sets up a lot of things for the 3rd series. Hot Rod becomes the new Prime, basically, becomes Rodimus Prime. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. This version of it is fantastic. The Blu-ray, the audio, this TV does a really good job of representing that in a really good way, and I can't say enough good things. To be honest with you, I was expecting to go into this. It's also got Judd Nelson of the Breakfast Club. Bloody hell. Anyway, so I was expecting to go into this and think, yeah, it's a fun, you know, children's, air quote, movie. But I didn't realise how, watching as an adult now, how dark it actually is. Some of the places it goes. Obviously, children can still have fun watching it. It's only a PG, after all. But bloody hell, have some dark tones to it that you pick up more that when you're an adult. And little did I know, this is actually a Shout Factory release. It's a manga Shout Factory and Hasbro Studios release. So that's kind of interesting. Look at the back of the steelbook here. To all are one, and of course the widescreen version is in my PS5 right now, but this is the full screen version of this, and this is a spectacular steelbook, I must say. This is quite the nice looking steelbook there, and really is a good version of one of my favourite films, to be honest. I think I've now re-remembered why this film is so spectacular and why I watched it so many times when I was younger. But I thought I'd do an impromptu review of Transformers. Probably going to be uploading this later today as a nice little Sunday review for you folks. Hopefully you guys are keeping yourselves very well. Please pop a comment down in the comment section down below what you think of Transformers or any movies you've seen recently. And of course, until next time, guys, please take care. And as always, I've buggered that one up. I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ra, guys.